I don't want to. I want to emphasize
Mr. Kennedy, the facts. The facts.
The committee will be in order.
Fireworks today at the Senate confirmation hearing for Robert F. Kennedy Jr. This was just one of several protesters escorted out by security, I should say. RFK Jr. is President Trump's nominee to lead the Department of Health and Human Services, but he faces tough questions from lawmakers over his stance on everything from vaccines to abortion. Boston 25's Cale Thompson at the Live Alert desk tonight, and it was fiery at times, Cale.
It was, Mark. Kennedy clashing with top Democrats today while also trying to reassure Republicans that as a former Democrat himself, he's aligned with President Trump on conservative issues.
Mr. Kennedy, do you have the support? Do you have the vote?
A tense confirmation hearing for Robert F. Kennedy Jr. interrupted multiple times by protesters.
News reports have claimed that I'm anti-vaccine or anti-industry. I am neither. I am pro-safety.
Kennedy grilled by Democrats, including Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren, on whether he would profit from lawsuits against drug companies while in federal office.
I'll commit to not taking any fees from drug companies while I'm secretary.
No. I'm asking about fees from suing drug companies. Will you agree not to do that?
You're asking me to not sue drug companies,
no,
and I'm not going to agree to that,
drug
Senator.
Companies as much as you want.
I'm not going to agree to not sue drug companies or anybody.
Accused of being a vaccine skeptic, Kennedy repeatedly fought to tamp down claims he opposes them.
I support the measles vaccine. I support the polio vaccine. I will do nothing as HHS secretary that makes it difficult or discourages people from taking either of those
Anybody
vaccines.
who believes that ought to look at the measles book you wrote saying parents have been misled into believing that measles is a deadly disease. That's not true.
He also worked to reassure Republicans his views on abortion have narrowed.
I agree with President Trump that every abortion is a tragedy. I agree with him that we cannot be a moral nation if we have 1.2 million abortions a year. I agree with him that the states should control abortion. I serve at the pleasure of the president. I'm going to implement his policies.
A new poll out tonight shows RFK Jr. is not particularly popular among Americans. Only 30% say that they approve of his nomination as HHS secretary, compared to 42% who disapprove. But most Americans, 2 out of 3, 66%, say they do support one of his goals of restricting certain ingredients in processed foods.